Hey there, YouTube, and whoever the hell else is watching this. I'm kind of making this video just because I've kind of been thinking about a little hot button issue that I had to deal with recently. I recently got a traffic ticket dismissed because in Tomball, Texas. Recently got a traffic ticket dismissed. The officer was trying to say I was going 72 and a 50, but for some, if he seemed to have known that, he didn't have my fucking speed clocked in. You know, I saw the dash cam footage. He caught the ass end of my truck passing the ass end of an 18-wheeler because I was passing around two vehicles that were going 10 under the speed limit. But instead of pulling someone over, because you can get a ticket for going that much under the speed limit, you get a ticket for obstruction of traffic. Alright, but instead of pulling the people over that are literally obstructing traffic, which is also just as bad as a safety hazard as someone speeding, you're going to pull the person over that's doing 45 to get around them in a 50. Alright? So, we got the ticket dismissed, and this made me think of something. And Tomball, y'all can comment on this fucking video, do whatever you want. Come after me. I don't give a fuck. I'm done with them. I'm done with all the fucking pigs, bro. The Tomball PD is fucking retarded. Here's why. Alright? First off, all of your male officers, 90% of your male officers are either a little on the older side and out of shape, 2, obese, and this is the sad part, and I'm not trying to sound sexist here, but physically more okay, I don't know how to put this word. I mean, I'm not trying to offend people, you know. I really don't give a fuck because it's just words. You know, this generation's nothing but a bunch of pussies. When I was growing up, if you're not bleeding or dying, don't be bitching about it. If someone's sitting there calling you a bitch or calling you something that offends you, y'all throw hands, take care of your fucking business, and carry on like fucking adults. Stop being a little bitch about it. But, you know, today, you say the wrong fucking word, and it starts a whole fucking movement that pisses everyone off. Oh my god. Anywho, Tomball PD is fucking retarded. Here's why. 90% of your male officers are either overweight or on the elderly side. You know, they're over 50. They're not physically in shape like they used to be. You know, and this is the sad part, but physically speaking, and yet no women, childbirth does not mean you are stronger than a man because you don't. I don't know how to explain it. There's a video that I saw on YouTube that actually goes into the scientifics of that shit and the difference between, you know, just because you can pop a baby out does not mean your arms and legs and all the other muscles are physically stronger. Okay? So what I'm saying is most of the time, in most circumstances, men just typically tend to be stronger, okay? Yeah, there's those times where you got a female that might be stronger than a male because she's a bodybuilder or a track runner. She might be faster than this guy. You know, it's whatever. But typically, your typical female is going to be weaker than your typical male, okay? This is not sexist. This is not scrutinizing. This is biology and scientific fact, okay? But it's sad. It is sad when literally if I walk into the Tomball police station right now, I guarantee that any female police officer is more in shape than 10 of the men that are there. 10 to 1. She is probably more in shape than 10 of the next male officers. Alright? Tomball PD's biggest fucking achievement in the last 50 fucking years was that they busted a guy that was a that was a drug distributor from the drug cartel, or from the cartel in Mexico. They transferred their shit to him, and he distributed out to people here in Tomball. That is their biggest fucking achievement in the last 50 years, and all they really did was help block off the roads. The DEA, the FBI, and the INS and SWAT fucking took care of the rest of it, and the SWAT didn't even come from fucking Tomball. It came from the Houston division, the state division. You know, so really, Tomball's biggest achievement is blocking off roadways so the DEA and the FBI and the INS and SWAT could do their job. That's it. In the last 50 fucking years. And really, they didn't do a goddamn thing because that is one of many of those in Tomball. Many. A lot of them do live in the same area, Boudreaux Estates, where the guy was busted. You know, you don't have to be a criminal to know these things. You just have to fucking live in the neighborhood and pay attention. It's kind of obvious that someone's doing, like, I knew the nigga was doing illegal shit. This nigga's got 5 different fucking vehicles coming in and out of his house every day. I'm talking nice ass vehicles. Like Lambos, Porsches, all different people. And they're people he would distribute to. But that's sad, that is your biggest fucking achievement. You know, I honestly believe, put me up against the Tomball PD officer, give me your best, get your one that's in most shape. I guarantee I could whoop their ass in time on their little obstacle course they do for their academy. Bet money. Bet fucking money. Because for one, I do parkour. I have never met a cop that can catch someone that does parkour, ever. In my life, have I ever seen, heard of, or know of a police officer that has ever been able to catch someone that does parkour? Because 90% of your officers are fucking overweight or out of shape. And I don't mean like, that's the reason I say out of shape or overweight, because out of shape you can mean, you know, you're too old to be physically doing certain shit anymore, and nigga's got injuries, whatever, but he's still on the fucking force, which is, I mean, all fine and dandy. I'm not saying fire the nigga just because he got hurt on the job, or, you know, but it's sad that, like, that's what officers, that's how everything is. You know, that is Tomball PD. I have seen in the last 3 months, maybe 2 or three male officers that are on the younger side that are actually physically fit. That's it. Shit, if they have more, I don't know where the fuck they're tucking them away at, but they need to put them niggas out on the street because they can actually catch somebody. You know, this is Tomball. Yeah, it's not really, it's a small town considering the cities that are surrounding it, like Houston and Magnolia and shit, because, so it's not really that, you know, well known as those others, but it has a lot of fucking drug situations here and some parts of it, you know, just like every city's got their problems, you know. Houston, you go to 3rd Ward, you go to 5th Ward, you got a bunch of, you know, you do have your good working, hard-working citizens that live in those areas, that's the best that they can afford with the job that they do have. But all in all, 90% of them are either thugs, drug dealers, burglars, you know, whatever, criminals, period. You know, and all cities have their fair share. And Tomball is no exception. All right. Now, you're going to go, if you go ever go into Tomball, you got a road called Berry Hill off Boudreaux. If you don't live down there, you got no business being down there unless you got family down there. And I don't mean to sound racist here, but there are only 2 white families on that road. No, 3, sorry. My aunt, our aunt, well, she's not really aunt, she's more of a family friend. She's just been known for the fucking longest. Lives across the street. And then a guy named Mr. Chipper, who, you know, is also a family friend, who is further down the street. There's one black family right across the road from him. Literally everyone else is Hispanic. Now, I know that sounds a little fucked up the way I said that, but the reason I say that is because once you pass our house, maybe you got like 3, maybe 4 houses further down from there. After that, you've got 3 fucking gangs, 3 different gangs that live down there. You've got the fucking Crips, MS-13, and you know what? There is another black family down there because there's a Blood down there. That's it. He's the only blood on the street. So I don't know why he even moved down there on the cool, because he's kind of outgunned there. You literally hear gunfire down at the end of the road all night long, sometimes. You know, a bunch of cops are constantly going down there. If they see if an officer that normally patrols that area sees a cop or a car that's going down there that's never really been seen, especially a fancy, nice car, then they immediately start investigating, because, you know, especially as they'll start following the car, and if it goes to a known drug dealer house, they'll probably pull them over on their way out. They'll find some reason. They'll say something. But that's how cops are. And I don't give a fuck what officer says they don't do that is bullshit. All fucking cops are that way, bro. If they think you are doing something, they don't even have proof. They just think you're doing something. They will pull your ass over and say they pulled you over for something that you did not even do. I think I'm going to end that here. Listen to the Dome here. This is going to be a new YouTube series. I'm going to call it On the Work Rants. Or, y'all don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, hit that notification tab.